This is my latest news update for Medellin Colombia and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Racing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC-born Rob, DC Rob, or you can just call me Rob. This news episode has some good stories in it, so make sure you stay tuned till the end. I'm going to jump in first with my first story. Okay, so my first news story is from El Colombiano. It's entitled Medellin included in its list of best cities to visit in 2023, according to Time magazine. That's right. Medellin Colombia is one of the top 50 destinations or cities recommended by Time magazine. That's a big deal for all you people who throw out the negative stuff. And I have my share of it too, because I read the news every day. But Time magazine has voted Medellin Colombia one of the top 50 cities to visit in 2023. It states Comuna 13 and its renovation after a dark past and the nightlife charms of El Poblado and Laureles seduced Time magazine, which included Medellin among the best cities to visit in 2023. Time is considered one of the most important magazines in the United States and developed a ranking consulting its international correspondents so that they nominated cities that offer different experiences to enjoy. It was about looking for those that offer new and exciting experiences for tourists, the publication explained. Likewise, from the El Poblado and Laureles sectors, which are like the quintessential pink areas of the capital of Antioquia, it was highlighted that in them you can enjoy cafes, fashion, and a vibrant nightlife. That's right. Okay, my next story is coming from El Colombiano. It's entitled First Images of Moments of Panic in Quibdó. Due to the fall of an army helicopter, the aircraft crashed in the capital of Choco when it was heading with humanitarian aid to the municipality of Bogota. An army helicopter crashed to the ground this Sunday afternoon in Quibdó, the capital of Choco, while carrying out supply operations in that area of the department. According to images known by El Colombiano, the aircraft fell on a clear area thanks to an apparent maneuver by the crew to avoid a major tragedy. Rescue personnel had to travel in canoes to the impact site to carry out a search work. As can be seen in the videos that circulated on social networks, the helicopter lost control, turned several times in the air, and fell quickly. Sources in the place told the newspaper that the helicopter ended up on fire, which initially made it difficult to access the exact point of the accident and verify the state of the tribulation. However, around 5 in the afternoon, the president confirmed that there were no survivors of the plane crash, which Lieutenant Julia Garcia, Captain Hector Juarez, and Sergeants Johan Orozco and Ruben Leguizan died. The fall of the aircraft was recorded in several videos that were recorded by inhabitants of the city in the Colombian Pacific. The accident caused great commotion and impact in the Chocoan capital. Okay, my next story is from El Colombiano again. 3 North Americans died due to drug and suicide cases in the last month in Medellin. What is happening? They're asking this question. What the heck is going on? These are 3 tours from the United States and Canada on different dates. According to court records, this streak began on February 9th in the center of the city. Justin Patrick Goldberg, 34, had arrived in the country a day earlier and was staying in room 1005 of the Nutibara Hotel. At 11:50 p.m., the establishment cameras caught him wandering through the corridor until he found a window that allowed him to go out on the roof. On the 5th floor, there he took off his shoes, walked several meters, and jumped into the void, falling on Carrera 50 with Calle 52A, where he died. According to information in his passport, Goldberg was born in New Jersey, United States. Investigators are trying to establish why he decided to travel to Colombia and take his own life. In the forensic inspection of his hotel room, the CTI agents of the prosecutor's office found several psychiatric drugs and amphetamines. The next case occurred on March 13th in the Cristo Rey neighborhood on 2 Sur Street and Carrera 54 in the west of the city. There perished Elizabeth Jane Cunningham, 32 years old, a native of Illinois, United States. She entered Colombia on February 19, 2023 as a tourist and stayed in the studio apartment rented by the Airbnb platform. 22 days later, she was found dead there, a week before her rent was due. The owner of the studio apartment noticed that the window remained open despite the rain. So she wrote to the cell phone, getting no response, and entered the compound and found her dead on her bed with foam from her nose and mouth, she told the authorities. In the room, they found all her belongings, keys, luggage, and electronic devices, as well as several marijuana butts and pills of unknown origin that were being analyzed in a laboratory. Investigators ruled out a murder and presumed that it is a death from a drug overdose. The neighbors had not seen Elizabeth for 48 hours, so it is presumed that her death occurred during that period of time. The third incident occurred at 9 p.m. on Thursday, March 16th at the Peak Hotel in San Joaquin neighborhood when one of the guests jumped out of the 7th floor window. According to preliminary information from the police, the deceased was a native of Richmond Hill, Canada. He was 34 years old and his name was Thomas Smith Gordon. He had been staying in the establishment for a month in room 704, where he jumped into the void. When the investigators entered the room for judicial inspection, they noticed that there were several plastic bags containing a white powdery substance, apparently cocaine, according to their report. Minuto 30. Fight between lancheros on a beach in Cartagena ends up with bullet. Tourists run for cover. Now, you may ask me questions about Cartagena, and I tell you, well, I can't answer. You need to reach out to maybe Razor Rays or some of his viewers for that information. I don't go. I lived in Medellin, and I never went. I don't like the heat. I don't like the harassment. Now you got people charging you $400 for a plate of fish, and now shots on the beach. And I'm going to show video while this is running, of course, but this is insane. Well, this is why I don't go to Cartagena. I have no need of going to Cartagena. But without throwing him completely out the window, let me go ahead and finish. A fight between lancheros on a beach in Cartagena ends with a bullet. Tourists had to run for cover. Without the reasons for the fight having been established, an unfortunate event occurred on a beach in Cartagena. A brawl between lancheros ended with a bullet. By the way, lancheros are the guys who run the boats. A tourist was recording the supposed boatmen who were fighting with bottles. He narrates the unfortunate situation without knowing that things were going to become dangerous. From one moment to the next, amid shouts and bottlenecks, several shots rang out, which caused people to run out and seek refuge. The fact, which has gone viral, as it occurs in Playa Blanca in the traditional island of Baru in Cartagena, one of the most traditional beaches on the capital of Bolivar, which, in addition to the controversies over the expensive charges for meals for tourists, now you have to face a situation of this complexity. So far, the authorities have not ruled on this situation, and no people were reported injured by the shots. Okay, I'm going to end on a lighter note, which I try to do, because some of this news is not that good, but I feel like this is news that you need to be aware of. So, ending on a lighter note, this one is from Minuto 30, and it's entitled Johnny Depp in Medellin. And now this one caught me while I was out of town last week, and I was getting ready to jump on it and post it, and I read a little bit further, and I'll tell you why. It says he arrived in Provenza, and Pisces posed with him. Provenza has become a very popular place in the world, and everyone wants to go there. Some fans of the renowned actor Johnny Depp were moved and were greatly surprised to find him on the streets of Provenza and Medellin. And on the verge of a heart attack, many asked for photos, and he very closely posed with everyone. But it turns out, and it happens that this Johnny Depp is not the real one, but his double, he's also very famous and recognized for appropriating his characters and even himself. Even for the Pisces, it was so real that some of them made a close call to the work team of J Balvin's father for a direct answer. I would like to meet J Balvin and develop a TV series with JD Company. But they did not count on these people having contact with the real actor's manager, and they ended up confirming that it was a joke by the double of fake Johnny Depp. Okay, so there you go. The fake Johnny Depp is roaming around Provenza. Some of you cats got pictures with him. In fact, the resemblance is so great that most people believe that it is the real one, even managing to make the actor angry. This is a trip, but at least it's a lighter note from the rest of the news. I told you I had some good stories. I have a lot more that I've been storing up, but I've been busy. Obviously, I've been out of town. I had a friend that had to have a medical procedure, and I wanted to be in DC with him. This is my closest friend since 14 years old. And I pretty much just camped out there. So I apologize to sneaking in town and sneaking out, meaning I didn't get to see everybody I'd expect to, or even though I knew I wasn't going to be able to see, even stay with my cousin for 3 days and barely saw him. I didn't get to his house until 10:30 at night. We got to chat for a couple hours, but maybe have a beer or two, but that was it. And then I stayed with my buddy the rest of the time, and we just stayed at his house while he's going to be recuperating for a while. So good vibes his way. Thank you guys for watching. Again, stories. I need the stories from you guys. If you guys are there and you have stories, if you have stories that you want me to read, let me know. Send it to dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. I already have a couple in the can, but if you've gotten robbed, like I just have one that's got his gold chain snatched in Cartagena, so hopefully I'll be recording him soon. But there's a lot of this is going on. If you have any news that pertains to Medellin Colombia, of course, email it, put it in a voice email, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com, dcbornrobgroup@gmail.com. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, travel, but travel safe.
Dating in Colombia can be confusing for foreign men. Plus, dating in Colombia can be outright dangerous. With ChicaCheck, you can date with confidence by screening your date first for past issues. Visit ChicaCheck.co and create your free account today.
Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media. Headed to Medellin Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Mori. Contact information in the description below.